But first, ooh. Hello, welcome back to another vlog. It's Thursday and I am making lunch for Milo and I. We're having hot dogs. I haven't had hot dogs in forever, but it was requested by the boy, so we're having hot dogs for lunch. Oh, I also feel like I haven't used a can opener. You know, what the what? I don't remember. Okay, I don't remember can openers being impossible to use. So today I am working late. I've been busy doing bits and pieces this morning, and I've got a couple of hours now before I start work. So I thought I'll have some lunch and maybe get some washing done and bits of cleaning and stuff. You know, chores. Okay, I forgot how delicious hot dogs were. Why we're not having these all the time. Tell you what, I'm on a roll today. I'm on a roll. Earlier this week, I really kind of got my groove a little bit better with YouTube and like creating content. And today, I found it with housework. Who knew? This is totally in line with the whole self-care is caring for yourself. Like, doing all this while I'm working later, I will feel so much more like at peace, if you will, knowing that I don't have that, you know, in the cloud. I've got all the to-dos in the cloud. There's nothing in the cloud because it all got done before I started work, which means I can sit at my desk and feel very focused. It really does help. My friend made me this cup. I'm a little while away from my 40th birthday, but as I said to her, because I think she just got carried away, she knows when my birthday is, but she wanted to do some example cups that were, because she's got a little Etsy shop now doing like blinged up stuff. It's so cute. Anyway, she's done my microphone as well. That's amazing. This green particularly, I am extra enamored of. So that's why she's put the green on this one as well. But she needed some example ones for her Etsy shop. And she's done me a Kyla's 40. And as I said to her, in February, my birthday will be, like, it'll take me to my 39th birthday, but I'll be in my 40th year. Right? So if you consider a baby is in their first year before their first birthday, and so I'm just going to use this cup, be like, well, on my next birthday, I'll be in my 40th year. I'm on my countdown now. I can't wait. I used to say 35 was going to be, I've just splashed that on my head. I used to say 35 was going to be my year. That was like the year I was counting down to as everything's going to be amazing. And then when I got to 35, I was like, well, now I need another, what is going to be my best year ever. And I feel like my 40s in general, I'm ready. My future self is going to really love my today me for doing all the washing. Now I'm going to clean up the office before I start work. It's going to be, I've just got a feeling today's going to be a really good day. When I say clean up the office, I live like a teenage boy. And then eventually, as my dad used to say, I have to muck myself out. That is the way of things. So you see this as a background on YouTube, and this is what's happening around me. In fairness, this has been the result of several very early mornings. So I've just kind of come in here, stumbled in here, crashed, done some bits, and then left the room. But I've got 2 cardigans at my feet that I used as blankets, because when you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, it's freezing. And then by the time it's 7, it's warm. Could it just be winter already? And it was such a chill Thursday night of work. Now it's very nearly the end of the day on Friday, and following on with my self-care theme of this video and the fact that this is my last work from home Friday, because I did that all through the summer, and potentially next year I won't need to, because I feel like Milo has grown up incredibly in the last few months. Like, it's so weird. It's like in the last 3 months, I'd say he's grown 4 years. You know it's going to happen when they go to big school, but it seemed to happen at the end of term. Like, the summer started and he's a different kid now than he was when he left at the end of the last term. I don't know, it's so strange. Anyway, that's by the by. I'm taking the opportunity to, I've got a face mask on right now. It's like a an exfoliaty, peely type mask. And since my appointment to have my pedicure was so rudely not made / cancelled, I'm soaking my feet in like the world's tiniest box pre-bath. As soon as I log off, I'm going to get in the bath, I'm going to scrub my feet, I'm going to do a full everything, scrub everywhere, wash my hair, do a facial, and then I'm going to give myself a pedicure and feel like a brand new woman in time for the weekend and for my entire week off. I've got a full week off next week, which is great. Just a regular, like, we're bopping around, we're going to London, we're doing Legoland, and then I go back to work for a week, and then I go to Hong Kong. This wasn't originally planned this way, and I'll talk a little bit more about it because when I mentioned it last week, a couple of you were like, what's going on? I didn't even know you were going to Hong Kong. I thought I'd talked a lot about it, apparently not. So it's almost upon us. Good morning. I'm not sure what's going on with my hair today. Given that there's not a lot of hair, you wouldn't think that it could, like, be out, but it's out. It's being out. What was I going to talk about? Feet. I'm not going to show you my feet for many reasons, but yesterday I used one of those peeling foot masks, and my plan, because I've used these loads of times before, my plan was I was going to use the peeling foot mask and then I was going to soak my feet and like buff them and then moisturize them, because when you use those ones that have got the AHAs in them and they like actually shed your skin, if you moisturize afterwards, they don't really work. But they do the initial job of like softening everything, kind of exfoliating, but then you don't go through that like fully peeling massive amounts of stuff off your feet. Anyway, so I did the peeling mask. I also poured some extra glycolic acid into the foot pouches. I had them on my feet for like 6 hours. And then I soaked my feet. This was the joys of my final working from home day. Kind of. I soaked my feet. And I ended up working 2 hours longer than I thought I was going to be. So all of this went on super, super long. I had a bath, did all the things, and I thought, right, now I'm going to kind of buff my feet. I'm going to give myself a full pedicure. Got out of the bath, my feet were already shedding, like fully like a snake. It was the quickest acting thing I've ever seen, because when I've used these mask things, these foot pouch things before, I've still left them on for ages, maybe even overnight. I've not started the shedding process for more than a week. So I thought I had time if it was going to happen. And because I'm going to Hong Kong in a minute, I was like, well, I don't want it to happen while I'm there. So this is stupid. So I've ended up with shedding feet that I need to not be shedding within the next 2 weeks. And that's what I wanted to tell you. Don't use those things and think that they won't work like I did, because I think that it is working. What I'm going to do today is I've got some plastic bags, these food bags, and I'm going to put glycolic acid in them, and I'm going to put my feet in them, put some socks on, and see whether or not I can kind of speed up the process. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do it right now, because right now I'm going to film a Dreamlight Valley video. I haven't filmed anything on Dreamlight Valley in ages, and then they got an update this week. And there's a particular part of Dreamlight Valley, which is like a Disney Switch game. Well, I think it's on loads of platforms. But there's a particular thing on Dreamlight Valley when they get a new update and they get something called a star path. And it hooks me back in, because it's loads of little tasks, loads of little jobs that you need to do to collect coins, to move along this star path and to get all of these things. And all of those things individually I'm not that interested in. But when it becomes like you've got to do this by this time, and there's all these little tasks to do, I'm in. So that's what I'm filming today. So I can't be having rustling bags on my feet. But first, that's my the thing that I use to film without my headphones in. Where are my headphones? Oh, you can hear like the echo of my microphone. It's very spooky. Okay, we're plugged in. So first I'm going to use this. I got some Q&A squalene facial oil from Amazon. I looked and looked and looked the other day when I went to Meadowhall. Looked everywhere. Could not find a facial oil. Is it just not a thing anymore? Is facial oil like not the thing? Is it only serums, it seems to be? And I need a facial oil. I love my vitamin C facial oil from Pixie, because my combination aging skin is dehydrated and needs, It just feels like such bliss to put an oil on your face, and I can't understand why it's not a thing anymore. Everyone used to do a facial oil. I couldn't find one from like L'Oreal. No one. I'm sure if I'd gone to like the really hoity-toity fancy stores, they would have had them. I bet Chanel's got a facial oil. But the only one I could find, funnily enough, was Pixie. And I used to have one from them that was like a rose oil. But what I wanted was one that I could use. I didn't want to spend loads of money on one because I wanted something that was going to be kind of hydrating, but that I could feel comfortable using. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the opposite of sparingly? Like a lot. Liberally. Because I like it for a facial massage, to like bring my face back to life, especially at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'll tell you how I feel about this. It doesn't taste very nice, I'll tell you that straight away. But that was a nice experience. It felt, the texture was nice. It was like thick enough. Definitely if you were into like a facial massage. Feels nice on the skin. I'm into it. Did my little Disney gaming video. It took me 2 hours. I honestly have no concept of time. I don't know how long anything is ever going to take me. So it took me 2 hours. It edited down to like a 40-minute video. But is what it is. And now I'm going to just slap on a little bit of makeup because after lunch I am going to have my nails done. I'm supposed to have my nails done again in 2 weeks. This was the problem. Didn't kind of line up with my trip. And so on my last appointment, we were like, oh, well, if you come back 2 weeks later, then we'll do like special Hong Kong nails. And the more I think about it, the more I think, I mean, if nothing else, time. I can't be having my nails done 2 weeks later again. That's just crazy. Even just like for the money of it, that's nuts. But I really am not going to have a ton of time that week leading up to it. So I can't, like, that's quite a substantial chunk of time. So today, I think I might see what she can do that will kind of like see me through. What she used to do when I used to have acrylics was she used to put like a little bit of like a clear, so you see how I've got them right now and they look outgrown or grown out, whatever. You know, near the cuticle, she used to start it with like a kind of clearish acrylic colour so that as they grew out, it'd be less noticeable. So I wonder whether or not she could do that for me today and do something a little bit kind of abstract. So even as they grow out, it's not very obvious. We'll see. I'll see. I don't know how long of an appointment I've got. And especially with it being on a Saturday, she might not just randomly have time to do nail art she wasn't expecting to do. So we'll see. We'll see. Also, I seem to be breaking out in the weirdest places. I've got a spot right in the middle of my eyebrows. There, a couple on my chin. So when, you know, when it's your chin, you're like, oh, it's probably hormones. I don't know what this is. I've started putting together a little compact makeup bag for the trip just to see, like, is this all the makeup that I need? Because I just feel like it's going to be so hot and humid. I'm not going to want to be messing around wearing makeup, you know. It's not going to be a fun time to put on a ton of makeup and then sweat it immediately off. That's how I felt when we were in Florida anyway. So I suspect it's going to be a similar situation. So I've got a compact little thing of every eventuality while still being pretty basic. Like, I'm focusing on skin looking nice, glowy, a little bit of colour and gloss. I'm not messing with like eyeshadow and lipstick. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. I feel like it's been the longest week of my life, but I'm about to have a week off, a week on and another week off. And honestly, I feel like I've never needed it more.